Hey guys, in this video we're going to make Baby Yoda using needle felting. For this tutorial you'll need loose felting wool in a couple different colors, green, light brown, kind of this brownish gray, a medium brown, a little bit of pink, and I have white shown here but I ended up not using it. You'll also need a felting pad and a felting needle. Now, a felting needle is a very special type of needle. You really can't replace it with any other kind of needle. So make sure you have a felting needle. You'll also need a felting pad. And then you'll need some scissors. So first we're going to take a portion of our green felting wool about the length of our forearm, and we're going to roll it into a little log and poke it with our needle to secure it in place. And we're going to keep poking it until we have a long cylindrical ball of wool. Pull the ends from the front to the back so that you have one side that is very, very nice looking. It's going to start to look really ugly on one side and really nice on the other side. That's okay. Just make sure you have at least one nice looking side. I also have this special needle holder that allows me to use 3 needles at a time. That's not necessary, that's just something I have to make my work go faster. So just keep on stabbing until you have your long cylindrical ball. Next we're going to turn our ball into a peanut shape by poking around the middle. We're going to poke the wool right around the middle to create a line that separates the head and the body. And then we're going to lightly poke it, spreading out from that center line. So as you move down the body, you're going to poke it lighter and lighter and lighter. And as you move up from the head, you're going to poke it lighter and lighter and lighter. And this is going to cause a kind of gentle curve to form instead of a harsh line. And that's going to give us our peanut shape. Next, we're going to work on the head. So the first thing we need to do is poke the upper sides of the head, and that is going to help make the top of the head more narrow than the bottom of the head. And the reason why we're doing that is because once we put on the ears, it's going to kind of balance it out again. But Baby Yoda has very chubby cheeks, and so narrowing the top sides of the head is going to help make those cheeks look even chubbier. You can also add extra wool to the cheeks if you feel that they're not chubby enough. Next, we're going to take our needle and we're going to draw 2 lines where the cheeks meet the mouth. So, you know, those lines you get when you smile or if you have particularly chubby cheeks. Those are the lines that we're making right now. Next, we're going to take our thumbs and press in where we want the eyes to go. And that's just going to create a little indentation to let us know that we're in the right place. You can use your needle to further differentiate the eye sockets. Next, we're going to make the mouth. So since Baby Yoda is a baby, his upper lip is over his lower lip because, you know, no teeth. So first you need to create a line for the mouth and then poke on the underside of the mouth where the lower lip and the chin would go to flatten that out. So we can create that effect of the upper lip coming over the lower lip. Once you have that space indented, you can take a tiny bit of your green wool and make a little string and felt that onto where the lower lip should be, and that's going to create the lower lip. Once your lip is secured in place, if you're looking and you feel that he has no chin like mine does, you can take a little bit of extra wool and put it under his lower lip to help replace that chin because I poked it just a little too much and he lost his chin completely. Once you have your chin all done, then we can fill in his eyes. So I am taking my medium brown wool and using that to fill in his eyes. Now, I originally did his eyes using a bunch of different colors like black and brown and white to fully create his eyes, and I didn't like the look of it. So today I am just using this medium brown yarn for his eyes, but if you want to make his eyes more intricate, you're free to do that. I personally just didn't like how it looked. And that's his face all done. Next, we'll make his ears. So you're going to take another small amount of your green wool. And first, you're going to form the tips of the ears by poking the wool into a sharp point. And then you can spread the remaining wool out so that it's wider at the other end, and then just secure it all in place. And then once you have it all flattened out and formed into kind of this teardrop shape, you can flip it over and poke it more on the other side. Once you have the shape you want, you can take a little bit of your pink wool and secure it to what is going to be the inside of his ear. Once you've got your pink portion secured in place, fold over the top part of the ear. When you're doing this, make sure you pay special attention to which end you're folding over, because you want to make sure you end up with a right ear and a left ear instead of 2 left ears and 2 right ears. Once you're happy with the size and shape of the ears, you can take your scissors and cut a small hole in the side of his head where his ear should go. This will help to secure the ear in place. So you put the ear not in the hole, but just like on it, and then stab all the way around the ear, and that's going to help secure it in place. Give the ear a little tug to make sure it doesn't come off once you think you're all done. Next, let's make his clothes. So I am taking my brownish gray wool and taking a portion about the size of my hand, and I am just going to poke that so that it's completely flat. We're essentially making a sheet of felt. And in fact, if you wanted to, you could just use a sheet of pre-made felt for this. You don't need to do it yourself. But since I'm doing this all out of loose felting wool, I thought I would go all the way and just do the entire thing out of loose felting wool. Once you're done, take your sheet of felt and measure it against the body. Now you'll notice that it is probably way too long, so we're going to cut it in half, and one half is going to form his cloak and the other half is going to be used to make his collar. Once you've got it cut in half, take the cloak and wrap it around his body and secure it in place by poking your needle into his little neck crease. Make sure that you don't poke it all over the place. Like you want to secure it in place, but you don't want it to be completely stuck to his body. You don't want it to look like a part of his body. You just want it to look like clothes. If you notice that you have a little extra in length, you can cut that off and then secure the loose end in place. Next, I'm taking that second half of felt that I cut earlier and cleaning up the edges to form the collar. You can also fold it in half if you want a little bit of a thicker collar. Then I'm going to take some of my light brown wool and twist it to form a string, then secure it to the collar to form the border. This border goes all the way around the collar. If you notice the collar is too long, you can always cut off the excess. Before securing the collar to the body, take a little bit more of your light brown wool and secure it to the body to form the border for his cloak. Secure the collar to the cloak by poking around the borders. Try to avoid poking in the neck crease, or else that's going to create an unnecessary line in the collar. So that's it. This is our finished Baby Yoda. Let me know in the comments below how you did. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. If you want to see what else I'm working on, you can check out studiocrafty.com or follow me on Instagram. And I will see you in the next video.